Yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here in the building. It's no question about it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one more time to the Big Time Show podcast that is being heard and seen live here on Sports Empire Network, being seen and heard live on all the Big Time Show pages on YouTube and Facebook, being seen and heard on the original home of the podcast, which of course is Podbean. I'm here. I done got so many texts. I done got so many messages since yesterday. I've gotten so many, y'all know, and I ain't even looked to see who in here. I guarantee you I got some of the people that inbox me and text me. I guarantee you they already in here, because see, they've been waiting for me. They ain't had many opportunities. The Cowboys have won 12 games. They only lost 5. So in the season, they've only had 5 chances to celebrate. So they've been waiting for this. They've been waiting for me. I know they're gonna be in here tonight, and most of you are watching the TCU Georgia game. The team TCU comes out of Texas. They okay. They playing for the national championship. It's that other team in Texas that we got to talk about tonight. And I ain't talking about the Houston Texans either. I'm not talking about them. There's another professional team in Texas that we need to talk about, the football team, professional football team that we got to talk about tonight. After a horrendous performance yesterday, the Washington Commanders, Commodores, the Washington, whatever they are, they beat the bad news. I'm sorry, not the bad news. They beat the Dallas Cowboys handedly, 26-6. I didn't know who was that out there yesterday. It looked like a team that just had their first preseason practice yesterday. I'm here. Let me preface this with 2 things tonight. Let me go and tell some of y'all now. First of all, I got a lot of haters that are trying to talk, and their team didn't even make playoffs. So you look, we're not going to even recognize you tonight. You're already preparing for the draft. You're watching everybody else play. We're not even recognizing you tonight. Okay, that's the first thing. I ain't even looking to see who on it yet. I'm coming though. I'm coming. Smoke, I see you on Podbean. Jim Shoe, what's going on? Yeah. You're absolutely right, brother. Miss Ty in the building. I see you over there. Let me get on over here before I go on my rant. Let me speak to everybody. Okay, E. Kush, my brother in here. Tommy, my other brother in here. E. Kush, yeah, I see you. And for those that are watching that are not speaking, but then come on, say something to me. Don't come into the house and don't speak at least. Come on, say something to me. I know some of y'all just want to hear what I got to say because y'all kind of like Stephen A. Smith. When we win, we don't hear nothing from you. And then when we lose, oh, here we go. Stephen A. was funny with that thing too. Him and Mike Irvin, that was classic. I got to give it that. That was raw. That's all I'm going to leave it at that. But, it come a point in time, ladies and gentlemen, because see, here on this show, we deal in optimism, but at the same time, I'm more of a reality type guy. Like, it is what it is. That's me. That's the way that I played. I know we want to look at things in hopes of what it will be. But see, this is a sport. And faith work in the church. I mean, look, in football is man on man, bottom line, and sometimes you got to just say, hey, somebody's better than you are, at least for that day. And on yesterday, we let a Cracker Jack, Tootsie Roll, Walmart quarterback, third string quarterback who nobody, Mr. Howell. I remember him in North Carolina when he played college ball. But, when your starters on the field, a third string quarterback shouldn't be doing what we saw yesterday. Now, it's not all the defense fault, and we'll get into that in just a second. But I've always told you, if you've been following me for a while, you've always heard me say this: the Dallas Cowboys are spectacular. Hey, Miss Smith, Miss Tweet, I see you in the Podbean. They're spectacular because there's no other ground. They either win spectacularly or they lose in a spectacular way. There's no in-between ground. Yesterday was a mixture of the exception. The bottom line is we got our butts kicked yesterday. That's just the truth. We got our butts kicked yesterday. That's bottom line. But the way that we got our butts kicked was incredibly disturbing. It's disturbing. Especially when your guys pretty much played the whole game. It's disturbing. Now, that don't mean we gonna lose and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying it's disturbing the way that we played yesterday. You do not supposed to look like that closing out your season. You do not supposed to look like that. There were other teams that played that were fighting and they looked good. The 49ers looked awesome yesterday. The Vikings looked awesome yesterday. Well, they won. That's the bottom line. Cowboys looked like a team that, I'm y'all may laugh, but I'm just saying it looked like the Bad News Bears out there. It did. It was horrible. But at the same time, it revealed a lot of things that I know I have said for years. What I'm getting ready to say is a repeat, which is a problem because by now, I don't supposed to be repeating this stuff that I'm getting ready to say. I shouldn't be saying the same things that I started off in week one. I shouldn't be saying that. What I'm getting ready to say is really a repeat of things that we've already said. It's a repeat of things that we said. Number one, and I can't do this today, but a lot of y'all gonna point the finger at Mike McCarthy. And I'm talking in terms of, did he have his team ready to play? That's how we ended the season last year. We ended it because the 49ers came out and punched us in the mouth, and it took almost a whole half for us to get going. By then, it was too late. The thing was, he got up and made a press conference and said, I got to have the team ready to play. You shouldn't be saying that. What you mean ready to play? It's the playoffs against the 49ers. Yesterday, I saw in the chats, even though I was on the watch party, I heard a lot of people saying McCarthy ain't got these guys ready to play. But really, is it really Mike McCarthy, y'all? Is it? Dak Prescott, and we're going to talk about him later on, but I'm just going through it. Dak Prescott threw a pass off his back foot jumping up in the air that almost got intercepted. Should have been a pick then. He comes back the very next play deep into the cat in his own territory and throws a pick six to the same dude that he was on. Is that Mike McCarthy's fault? Our Pro Bowl kick returner, Mr. Turpin himself, calls for a fair catch, fumbles the ball deep within the territory. Fumbles the ball, didn't catch it. Is that really Mike McCarthy? Nah, that's not Mike McCarthy. Can you blame a lack of focus on, Turpin? Can you really blame that on Mike McCarthy? I bet some of you will say yes. I'm saying no. Dak Prescott threw a pass that should have got intercepted the play before, come right back. Really almost looked like the same play. Throws a pick. Pick six. Turpin fumbles the ball. They ended up, and see, the Cowboys are different. Y'all been watching the Cowboys as long as I have. The Cowboys are different. We can't get into a hole and then bounce right back. Our team, once things don't go right from the beginning, y'all help me here. Make sure I'm telling the truth now. It seemed like it take us a whole half to finally get things rolling. That's what I saw yesterday. I knew we was in trouble because the body language was horrible. There was no energy. The defense, of course, they scored. My God, they didn't have nothing but they had a pick six. Turpin fumbled the ball. They was inside the 15-yard line, I believe. I mean, what offense not going to score? The defense actually, to be honest with y'all, the defense actually played well yesterday. Now, I know, some of y'all may not say that, but the defense actually played pretty well yesterday. They did. They played pretty well yesterday. And for us to blame Mike McCarthy for that, my opinion, you may be different. My opinion is that I see Jim Shoe. I'm coming to that. I believe that we can't blame McCarthy for some mental mistakes that they made. You can't blame Mike McCarthy for Turpin dropping a punt. Blame Coach Bones. I mean, I understand that McCarthy's going to take the bullet, and overall it looked like it's on him. But that throwing back to back to the same play, and he just dropped the interception before. Come back and run the same play. That's not smart to me. All right. Kellen Moore. Is it me, y'all, or did y'all see what I saw? Did it seem like we were very vanilla yesterday? Y'all help me on that. Did it seem like the plays were just too bland? I mean, we didn't even run a slant yesterday. Is it just me that every route that they ran yesterday was a curl route? That's all. That's all I saw. I didn't see no slant yesterday. Usually it's the slants we always see. I didn't see nothing. I saw about, pass it out. Everybody go 5 yards, turn around. Let Dak pick the person out. Usually it was Dalton Schultz. CeeDee Lamb, did he play yesterday? My God, what routes did he run? Is it me or I'm asking? Maybe somebody saw something different. Was it me or did it look like they were just real bland, running the ball, Zeke up the middle like he used to do, 2 yards? Pollard, every time Pollard come in, we're running outside. I mean, it was no creativity. There was no motion yesterday. Everybody been seeing CD be getting open by motion. Did CD run motion at all? I don't remember it. What happened to the 2 tight end set? What happened to the 3 tight end set for running the ball? I didn't see anything. I understand that Washington plays the run very well against us. The last game, they didn't give up about 62, or I may be wrong, 69 yards. The first game we played them, we had almost 30 carries, only 69 yards. I mean, we ain't run the ball. We ain't never ran the ball against Washington. So that's not surprising, not to me at least. It looked like to me that the Cowboys, they played everybody, but they say, hey, we just gonna run about 3 or 4 plays this whole game. Now, I realize it was more than I'm exaggerating, but I'm saying they were, to me, they were simply way too bland, and it looked like they weren't, going. However, the bigger picture is this, ladies and gentlemen. It proved my theory that I've always said about Dak Prescott. My theory has always been this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is where some of y'all gonna hate on me, but it's being proven. I'm gonna go and tell y'all now, and you don't have to agree with me because this is just my individual opinion. Dak Prescott is making me very nervous. He may not make y'all nervous, but he's making me very nervous because the turnovers now are almost guaranteed every game now. It is. I mean, we getting to the point. It's true. A few of the interceptions that he had was not his fault. Bounced out of people's chairs. And I get all that. But Dak Prescott, bottom line, he is not playing well. He is not playing well. I know some of y'all love him. I love him. But just because we love him don't mean we can't tell the truth. Dak Prescott is not playing well. He's not seeing the field well at all. He's throwing in triple coverage. He's not throwing the ball away. He thinks he can make every play at all times. When have y'all ever seen Dak Prescott just throw the ball away? Think about it, y'all. It is rare. He just always try to make a play. Now, your argument may be, well, he's been doing that his whole career and he's been highly successful. He has been, but he ain't been this year. He's making me nervous. And the main theory that I've always said, I got E. Cushion here. I see my brother Tavis in here. They've heard me for years say this about Dak Prescott. That the last thing you want to do is have him throwing the ball 30 plus times. Because it's an indication when he throws the ball 37, 35 times, that means that Kellen Moore is just lining them up in shotgun, as you saw yesterday, and say, hey, Dak, go win us the game. And I've been trying to tell everybody for years, Dak is not that type of dude. And some of y'all gonna say, wait a minute now, he got the most fourth quarter comebacks. He can throw for 350. That's true. But when you go down like we did in Green Bay in the playoff game, and when you go down like we're doing against San Francisco, teams ain't playing man coverage because they don't want to get burnt easily. So they'll give you a cushion. And Dak Prescott gets what a lot of people call our empty calorie yards. You down 30-plus points, you make a comeback and even make the game real close. But were they playing aggressive or were they playing off? That's a lot of times that what we've seen from Dak. We do not. And it leads to coming up. Dak is a complimentary quarterback. He is a quarterback that thrives when things are going right off of play action. If we don't have a running game, we're going to be in trouble. It's been proven too many times. Zeke Elliott looks slow as all outdoors. He does. So if you ain't got no guy, if he's not, hey Spooner, I see you. Hey Cedric, I see you too. If you don't have a guy that's not got, you got to give me more than 2 yards, but it's hard to get more than 2 yards when your play caller always just tells Zeke go straight in the middle and bitch put your head down and get what you get. And it's always 2 yards. Then you try to run the ball again with Zeke, I may add, and you get you another 2 yards. Well, now we're in 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. And Dak used to be, at least last year, or a little bit when he first came back, was a guy that'll eat you ahead, eat you alive when you do zone. They not even really blitzing Dak. They dropping 7 back. Because they really do figure that he gonna give us 1 or 2. That's what Dak is. That's what teams are saying. And he ain't proving it right. I mean, and then the routes, and maybe somebody said something, I believe it was Tavis. Somebody said something, well, maybe we saving it all for Tampa Bay. I don't know if that's what you feel. I ain't trying to knock you, but when you got 17 weeks of film that everybody can go over and just pick and see your 3rd down plays, you ain't hiding nothing. You done played 17 weeks. You got all type of film. So I don't know if we saving it. It looked like well you might be right. They just saved it for yesterday. I mean, because there wasn't no routes. It wasn't no routes yesterday. And when I saw Dak, let's talk about it. See, and he disturbed me in this press conference, y'all. I saw you, Tavis. I thought it was you. He disturbed me in the press conference because if you haven't heard it, I should have had it here for you. I should have had it here. But if you go to check his press conference out from yesterday, he's saying this. He said, "Look, we were down. We were trying to get going, and I tried to make a play. I just tried to make a play, which is what most of us were waiting on. We were waiting on somebody to make a play, whether it was Pollard, whether it was Zeke, whether it was some of our receivers, whether it was Dak. We were just waiting on somebody to wake this team up. Somebody on the defense, get a strip sack or anything, or an interception. We were just waiting on the play that was going to turn everything around. But in the process of that, when he said, I was trying to make a play just to get something going, Well, throwing in triple coverage, that's not the way to make a play. And he's been doing this for a few weeks now. Throwing into double coverage. You know, if the receiver comes down with it, we'll say, oh, what a great play. But Dak is starting to get into a little practice now and throwing balls in places where he shouldn't. Now, some of y'all don't like what I'm saying, but I'm just calling it like I see it. He's throwing the ball where he shouldn't throw the ball. He don't throw it away. And then check this out. If the play is not there, here's what he's not doing. He's not pulling the ball down and start running. He's not running with the ball. He ain't using his check down. He didn't use the check down yesterday. These are things that make me extremely nervous. Defensively, Dorrance Armstrong came out like fire at the beginning of the year. Have y'all heard from Dorrance Armstrong lately? Man, what is he getting double teamed now? Somebody help me. Where he been? Is he playing hurt? I mean, I don't know. What was Fowler yesterday? Did Fowler even play yesterday? I was glad to see Sam Williams being out there. Sam Williams is a problem if they let him play. If they go ahead and let him play on the field. Our linebacker play was horrible yesterday. Horrible. And I understand their injuries. I see Jim Shue. He said they do have B. Robinson. He's a good back. Yeah. Smoke says it's like they rested the playbook instead of the players. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad somebody's saying that. Jim Shue says the playbook was vanilla. It was very unlike them last night. Nothing special. They seemed gassed early. I was hoping for some explosive plays. Now, I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing this. So we defensively, they got put into a bind, but it was a third string quarterback. We made him look like an MVP candidate yesterday. Sam Howell. We made him look like an MVP candidate yesterday. I ain't know my phone was on. Forgive me for that ding. I know y'all heard that. I'm just trying to figure out, what are we doing? So it was a horrible performance yesterday. It's not the way you want to go into the playoffs, by no means. It's not the way that you want to go in. I don't care if the game didn't quote unquote matter. You don't want to look like that. We saw Cooper Rush play yesterday. I would have rather seen them play earlier because we took care of business. We did not take care of business at all in any facet of the game. Hey, Coach Price, Coach Marr. I didn't see anything to shout about. I didn't. It was horrible. Our quarterback was horrible. Our offensive line was horrible. Our running backs was horrible. Our play caller was horrible. If they vanilled the offense yesterday, because I didn't see no motion, I just saw the 3 wide receiver set. That's all I saw. I didn't see no slants. That's what we usually run. All I saw was curl routes all day long. That's all I saw. I didn't see nothing else. That's not the way you want to go into the playoffs. Now, the reason why is we need to be slightly concerned is this. Y'all know what's getting ready to go down now. Hey, it's showtime. If you've been following my show, you pretty much already knew that I said we were playing Tampa in the first place. I knew it was going to happen. A lot of y'all were holding on to hope that Philly would do all this. I told y'all Philly was going to win. Ain't no sense doing that. We'll be at 5th seed. I said that weeks and weeks ago. So it's no surprise. A lot of y'all are scared already. Y'all scared of the boogeyman. I told y'all weeks ago, hey, y'all want to make it? We got to go slay some dragons. You can't run. You can't hide now. You got to go see the boogeyman, Mr. Brady. That one boogeyman we thought was going to be in the playoffs, he didn't make it last night. That was Aaron Rodgers. Not that I thought we were going to see him anyway, but, you know, you never know. If we win Monday night, you just never know what can happen. But he's out, so we ain't worried about the other boogeyman. But we got to go see Mr. Brady. Can't run, can't hide. Now, I'm going to be doing the show every day, even if that means I got to do a video or something. You're going to see something from me every day this week. Because why? This very well could be the last time we see our boys for this season. I ain't saying it is. I'm saying it very well could be. So I'm going to get it all in now. Let's do our first little breakdown. I'm closing the book on Washington. It was a horrible game. If you just want to know, we got our butts kicked. Bottom line. Horrible performance. There is room for concern. It is. A lot of y'all are scared because it's Brady. And some of y'all are saying, are like me. Some of y'all are saying we're the better football team. We have the most talent. We got the better football team. They're this and they're not that. They're not explosive. They're not, their running game hadn't been great this year. All that kind of stuff. Look, all that don't mean nothing. You 0-0. All your stats go flush down the drain. It is Mr. Brady. And it's playoff time. And we are going to his house. These guys that we have on our team better get it going real quick. Obviously, if they play like they did yesterday, we're going to get ran out of Tampa. It ain't no doubt about that. None. But we better come out quick. I'm going to give you my little breakdown starting off. We better come out not sluggish. We better come out gunning. And I ain't mean passing either. I'm just saying we better come out ready to go. A lot of y'all going to say McCarthy didn't have his team ready to play yesterday. Okay, the last of the year, we played Frisco. That's what the narrative was. He even said in his press conference, I'm not sure. We came out ready to play. You better have them ready to play. You better have them ready to play. And we better move the ball. Now, let's just go back. Let's go back. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers have bullied us. When we played them a couple years ago, they bullied us so bad that Kellen Moore completely gave up on the running game. Y'all remember that? It was the game where Dak went toe-to-toe with Brady. We lost in the last minute or so of the game. Dak had a great game passing the ball when we played him in Tampa, opening night. Kellen Moore, they just abandoned the running game. Y'all remember that? Because he got bullied. Vita Vea just dominated, got on Connor Williams, just totally destroyed him. They killed our offensive line. They bullied us. This year, the first game of the year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came to Dallas and bullied us. They out-physicaled us. Well, we lost, 19-9 in Dallas. They bullied us. They out-physicaled. So 2 games. They out-physicaled us the first time we played them 2 years ago. That Kellen Moore decided I ain't going to run the ball at all. We can't run. That's what we said. We can't run. I think we gonna try to run. We can't run. I'm glad he had a little practice from yesterday. I'm glad he had some practice against Philly a couple weeks ago. Teams that were pretty stout against the run that we didn't get it because he gonna have to be committed to the run for this thing to work. Because if you line up Dak Prescott and shotgun the whole game and saying, hey, Dak, carry us home, we're going to be in trouble. I'm just telling y'all. Dak Prescott is not the guy that you say, hey, I know what he can do in a 2-minute drill. I've seen it. I know he got a lot of comebacks. I get it. I know he got a lot of go-ahead scores. I get it. But Dak Prescott don't need to be throwing the ball 37 times, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. And I got a feeling, y'all, that we're getting ready to see a physical Tampa Bay defense who all of a sudden is going to catch fire against us. And you're going to have to hit these guys in the mouth, which leads to our offensive line. You know, when I saw the idea of Peters, Zach Martin, and Tyron Smith in the game along with Tyler Smith, I said, my goodness, we got 3 Hall of Famers on the line. And man, look, we ought to be pretty decent now. It hadn't been that way, y'all. Maybe it's because, Tyron Smith is not, he's a great pass blocker. But when it comes to mauling people and knocking them off the ball, he's a better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. We miss Terrence Steele. And then another thing is we still trying to figure stuff out. I don't know if they're going to roll there or not, but Jason Peters playing left tackle, I thought that maybe they ought to try to put Jason Peters at left guard and let Tyler Smith stay at left tackle, who's doing a great job. Because the pass rush was getting in, y'all. And maybe Washington is that good. You know, they got first rounders on their defensive line. Chase Young did play. We still got I think Allen, did Allen play yesterday? I'm not sure. I believe he did. I don't know. But we weren't blocking well. The offensive line is a problem for us, y'all. They didn't block well at all yesterday. And let me tell you, if we don't block well, because see, we're going against a defense coordinator that love to blitz. And he already knows that he's physical. Y'all remember the first game of the year? You remember what Devin White said? Y'all remember what he said? He said, we knew what they were going to run. So we just sat on the routes and we just played good sound defense. They knew they were going to run slants. They knew they were going to run little stout routes. They just sat on it. They bullied us. What did San Francisco do last year to us? They bullied us. Now you can't run, can't hide. I've been saying it all year. If you've been following my show, we better get physical. And I ain't seeing it. I ain't saying it can't happen, but I'm not seeing it, y'all. I don't see the type of physicality that is going to be needed to win the Super Bowl. You're going to have to get real physical, and I'm not seeing it. I ain't saying we can't win. I'm just saying right now, I can't see it. You know, you want to be playing your ball, your type of football, when you're getting ready to go to war in the playoffs. We still trying to figure it out. After 17 weeks, I get the injuries, I get it. But we ought to know who we are. We ought to know who we are. We ought to be performing the way that we supposed to. We got to know who our quarterback is. Our quarterback is not the Patrick Mahomes type, the Josh Allen type, where offensive coordinators just put the ball in his hands. If you throw it 50 times, we're good with that. That's what we want. We want Mahomes throwing it 50 times. You want Josh Allen throwing it 50 times. You don't mind Joe Burrow throwing it 40 times. You know, these type of guys. You don't mind it. But when he say Dak Prescott, you don't want Dak Prescott throwing it 30 times. I said 30. I ain't said nothing about 50. We don't want Dak Prescott throwing it. I don't care how much y'all love him. I don't care how much y'all love him. You do not want Dak Prescott throwing the ball 30 plus times in the game. You do not. You do not. He is a play action quarterback. Things have to be working good for him to really be as effective as he could be. He needs the running game to get going so he can get going. You don't want to line him up in shotgun and all he throwing is stop routes and all he throwing is slant routes. That ain't gonna get it done. Not against who we getting ready to play. You know, that stuff work against other teams. These physical teams, they're gonna line up and try to out physical you. No, you can't do this. You got to do something different. You got to hit a bullet in their mouth and let them know you ain't finna dictate what's getting ready to go down. This is what Tampa's ready to do. I promise you. All they got to do is get them last 2 games that they played us, and it's obvious how they beat us. They bullied us. It wasn't because Brady went crazy. They only scored 19 points. Now, the first game, they scored a lot of points, but, there's a lot of different players. Antonio Brown is not there anymore. Gronk is not there anymore. He had the weaponry there. Right now, he just had his best game the other week. Mike Evans ain't really done nothing crazy this year. Goodwin has not done nothing crazy this year. Leonard Fournette was on the bench. They got this other kid, White, that's running the ball. The offensive line hadn't protected Brady all year. My God, they just won the division by losing 8 games. Tampa is not the same Tampa, but that same one of them wins they had this year was against us. We couldn't score. We couldn't score. And we got the kind of play caller, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying the same things over and over again, but the same things keep popping up. Can we stop the run? Can we run? Kellen Moore's play calling. Dak Prescott, can he play well in the big game? This is the same stuff we keep saying for the last 3-4 years that just keep popping up. We right back. We right back at the beginning of the year. Offensive line. What our offensive line gonna look like? Didn't we say that in week 1? Can Ezekiel Elliott be Ezekiel Elliott? Did we say that in week 1? Can Tony Pollard get the ball? How many times did Tony Pollard get the ball yesterday? We said that in week 1. We said it yesterday. Defensively, can we stop the run in the middle? We've been saying that for the last 4 years. Linebacker play. Weren't we saying that in week 1? Tell me. Look, here we go. Watch this. How well would our second cornerback play opposite of these? Weren't we saying that in week 1? Can Anthony Brown, can AD be the man as a second cornerback? We still got the same question right now. Who plays our second quarter? They gave Mullen a tryout yesterday. Last week, pretty much it was Nashawn Wright. This week you saw a whole lot of Mullen. That looked like a tryout game to me. You just signed Rhodes. So Rhodes, I'm quite sure he's going to get on the field against Tampa. And it'll be his first plays of the year. Yeah, I mean, come on now. I ain't saying Rose can't play, whatever. I'm just saying, look, the question is who we got in our number 2 quarterback. That's the same question we had at the beginning of the year. Watch this. How about this one? Can Mike McCarthy coach in situational football? Well, that's how it ended last year. We right back at square one. Can Kellen Moore make the right calls? We've been saying there since he took over. I mean, we're right back at the same spots. By now, we should have already had some answers. But the questions come right back to it again. Just when we think we conquered the mountain with the proper answer, we always end up right back to here. So we're going into the playoffs with question marks. That's where we are right now. Y'all don't want to admit it because y'all love Dak. I get it. Y'all love Dak. But you got to start to look. Some days it's getting disturbing. Some things are becoming disturbing. It's becoming disturbing. Some things are becoming a little bit routine. We're at the point now that the Cowboy fans are almost expecting Dak to throw picks. He could say, you believe he catches sin. I'm just calling it like it is. Now, y'all may thinking that I'm sounding like we can't win. No, I'm not saying that at all. Because I believe we should win. I'm going to put that out there now. I believe that we should win. And I understand who we are playing and most importantly, who their quarterback is. I understand that. I understand that we're on the road. We are the better football team. We're 12-5. They just barely won 8 games. They lost 8. They've been struggling all year. We're the better football team. This ain't the New England Tom Brady-led Patriots. This is the 2022 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that if anybody had caught fire in their division, Tampa Bay wouldn't even be in the playoffs. They had the worst division in football, and they were one of the worst teams in the NFC. We should win this football game. That's what Jerry Jones is expecting. That's what, at least me, most of y'all probably feel the way I do. I ain't giving this team no excuses, man. If Dak Prescott do what he did yesterday and what he's been doing the last couple weeks, I'm going to get on the same microphone if we lose, and I'm going to talk about him bad. I'm going to tell y'all that now. Let the chips fall where they may. Some of y'all may stop following me. It's okay. You got to call it like it is. He's not playing well. Huh? He's not. We didn't look good at all yesterday. Now, it's 0-0. It's 0-0. We got to go to work. I hope they are ticked off. I hope they are ticked off. And they're going to have to play like they ticked off. Because it's going to be rowdy in there. The NFL, you know, they're so smooth and slick. They so smooth and slick. They know how to make money. Look where they moved the game to. Oh, my God. Let everybody else play. And let's go and put the Cowboys on Monday Night Football and put Brady out there on Monday Night Football where there's no more games. The whole world going to be watching. The Cowboy fan base will be watching. Tampa Bay, who love people. This is just beautiful for the NFL. There's nowhere in the world. The rumors were already out. Oh, we're going to make this a big one. And you better believe the whole world going to be watching. I pray to God that the Cowboys don't come out here like they did yesterday and embarrass not only them, but embarrass this fan base. I hope they ready to play because it was ridiculous what we saw yesterday. it looked like a preseason football team. And it shouldn't be that way. I don't care who. And the sad part is we can't say that it was the bag of it. Shoot, I started playing almost the whole game. It's ridiculous. You can look bad one week, come out and score 40 the next week. Let's hope that Dak Prescott got another 30 burger in him. If he got 30 in him, we probably gonna win the game. If he got 30, if he got it, if he does it, I'm telling you, he's capable. I assume that CeeDee Lamb is capable, Pollard is capable. All he got. It's no running time now. It's showtime. We're back at square one. Jerry Jones said it at the beginning of the year that he expects a deep run. I guarantee you, if they come out here playing around and get their brains kicked in Monday night, it might be the last game you see of McCarthy. See, we right back at the original question for training camp. We right back at square one. We are. We right back at square one. I hope they answer. That's look. If we go down swinging, playing the right way. I said it at the beginning. We either win spectacularly or we lose spectacularly. There's no middle ground with the Cowboys. We lost spectacularly yesterday. When we win, it's always some type of high drama, last minute drive, cliffhanger type thing with that and getting the job done. This is how the Cowboys win. We rarely get the Minnesota games and, the Colts game that we scored all them points. We rarely get those. Usually our cliffhangers. We playing Brady at his house. Y'all can already feel a cliffhanger coming, can't you? And hopefully that is on the right side of the cliffhanger, rather than us leaving time at the end with Brady with a minute 20 left and he got the ball trying to win the game. That ain't what we want to see. I'm just telling y'all. I done seen it for 20 years. We cannot question Tom Brady. You can't count him out. Hopefully Michael Parsons will play like Lawrence Taylor, where he can just be a total game wrecker. And probably that's what it's gonna have to take. That's what it's gonna have to take. Hopefully Sam Williams, who's showing me flashes every time he get out there, hopefully he can take over a game. But we got to be dominant somewhere. I know this gonna mess y'all up, but finally, maybe Turpin can take one back. He been so close this year. Now he dropped a couple balls in the last couple weeks. Hopefully Turpin, a special team. Our special team was horrible yesterday. Horrible. The punters. That's why I say y'all gotta be careful. The punter botched the punt. You can't blame it on McCarthy. The man just didn't catch the ball. Hit him dead in his hands. Good Lord. How y'all blaming McCarthy for the man dropping the punt? That ain't McCarthy's fault. That's the punter's fault. He didn't catch the ball. See what I'm saying? Some of this stuff we blame McCarthy on, we can't do that. But everything got to click now. We got to get it going, man. Can we stop running Zeke up the middle? I mean, good God, man. It's the same 1 or 2 yards. I mean, that's good for the goal line. But God, if we want to get things popping, you ain't gonna get it doing. See, Kellen Moore is so predictable. If it's 2nd and 8 after a 1st and 10, it's 2nd and 8. We already know what Kellen Moore gonna do. He gonna pass the ball the rest of the way. If it's 2nd and long, it's a pass coming. If it's 3rd and 3 and above, he passing the ball. I'm just look. Can we look? This is scheme wise. Why didn't we throw it on first down yesterday? Why did every first down have to be a running play with Zeke up the middle or Pollard up the middle? Why didn't we pass on first down? They were locked in on the run. And I'm just saying, this is simple things. If they loading up on the run on first down, the box is there. You can pass a short pass out of on first down. Come on now. All right. I'll be with y'all all this week. I just had to get a little introduction. If you want to take something from me from the introduction to Tampa, here it is. We got bullied by them. The question has always been, are we physical or are we finesse? If they play finesse Monday night, y'all know what's going to happen. If they play finesse Monday night, y'all know what's going to happen. It's the truth. Y'all know. Finesse don't beat bullies. You got to hit bullies in the mouth. It's the truth, y'all. And you ain't got much time to get it right. You got to go to work now. So whatever you got, if it's finesse, whatever you got, you better come up with some finesse niceness or something, finesse nice plays to get us to the second round. If that's all you got, if you're gonna play physical, you need to bring it out. If you got a little mixture of both, okay, so be it. But we're going against a bully tomorrow, a bully for us. Now they ain't played well against everybody else, but they play well against us. Make no mistake about it. Tampa may have struggled against Carolina and New Orleans in their division and whoever else they play, but they haven't struggled against us now. We've struggled against them. Let's be very clear. So I would not be surprised. I don't know what the line is in Vegas already, but I wouldn't be surprised. I believe a whole bunch of folks gonna pick Tampa to win. They don't believe in us. Especially after Sunday. That just changed their mind. I really do believe that most people gonna pick Tampa to beat us. They believe we're a fraudulent 12-5 football team. Eastside Harold, you just got here and you're a Houston, Texas fan. You don't need to comment on nothing. Eastside Harold, you look, your team just fired their coach. Let's talk about Lovie Smith get fired. You're a Houston Texans fan. Don't come here talking about a team that's in the playoffs now. Don't do that. You're getting ready for the NFL draft. We're getting ready to play playoffs. Now, whether you say we're gonna lose 1 week and all that kind of stuff and all, that's fine. We playing, you're not. You worry about the Houston Texans and how to get your team to win more than 3 games next year. 3. Don't worry about us. We playing next week, okay? All right, that's it. I knew the haters were on the way. Some of them watching me now. They just ain't saying nothing. They been waiting. I thought they were gonna be in here running their mouth tremendously, but they not in here. All right, phone line is open. Here we go. I don't want to hear no. Look, before y'all call in. Let me say it again. These are my opinions. It don't mean that it's the gospel. Your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. I'm saying Dak Prescott is not playing well. Now, if you feel like he is, I ain't finna argue with you. I'm just saying what my eyes see. I know y'all, it's almost blasphemy to say anything negative about Dak Prescott. Well, on this show, we're going to call it like it is. He is not playing well at all. Okay? Here we go.
Call from
Coach Ball.
Yeah, Coach Ma, here you go.
Press 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's playoff time. It's time now for the whole thing, and we in there. And who better than to start talking about it a little bit than Coach Ma? What's up, Coach?
What's going on, Big Show?
Yes, sir.
Listen, hey, yesterday's performance was a bad performance. I've been saying, if anybody been listening to me a lot of shows, man, I have never been very happy with the route concepts of our players, of our receivers, even in the good games. So I really was never really happy about our receivers always catching the ball with their back basically to the goal line and not catching the ball on the run in movement, crossing patterns, clear outs. And when you see a quarterback hold the ball, that means your first two reads are really dead, and guys are sitting on it, and then you're trying to just wait for somebody to work their way open, or just a window that you make it try to squeeze the ball in, because your play is really dead when you hold the ball like that. It's really it was a lot of coverage pressure on yesterday, and when we have a lot of problems, you see the ball doesn't come out of Dak's hands real quick when our offense is in rhythm or teams are playing real vanilla on us. We coming out, the ball's coming out pretty fast. But I will say this though, when you don't have a running game, or you're not getting the ball, you're not getting the push on the offensive line, you supplement your running game with your running back in the passing game. In the last two games, our running backs have gotten three attempts in the passing game. So when a quarterback holds the ball, or the second or third read is not there is no check down to the running back to put them on a one-on-one par for them to at least get you 5 or 6 yards, maybe break a tackle, and get more than that. So I don't know why we stopped using the running backs in the passing game. I guess we trying to hold it. It's a crazy type thing. I'll tell you this, man. Tom Brady has thrown the ball more times this year than any other quarterback.
Mm-hmm. But they want that.
But listen, this is the thing. When you have a quarterback that throw the ball 41 times in the previous game against Tennessee, and he threw the ball 38 times in this game, and you only have 3 attempts to the running back, I never have seen that before in my life, where you throw the ball that much, and the running backs don't even get attempts at passes or get catches. And I say that when I say about Tom Brady. Tom Brady has thrown the ball more than any quarterback in the league, but he has 2 running backs that got over 50 catches.
Mm-hmm. Check down, King.
Let me say this again. He got 2 running backs that one almost got 60 and one got over 50. He got over 120 passes to his running back in his offense, and they won a Super Bowl one year when he was at New England, and with White and all those guys, that he killed you with the running back, because he understands that the running back, if I get the ball to the running back, one, that's a positive play. I'm not taking a sack, plus I'm not getting a loss down where we just not getting anything, right? Two, if I get the ball to the running backs and they hurt you for a big gain here and there because they're out in space, it's going to open up lanes for our receivers as well as our tight ends, because you won't have to dedicate a man and a half to those flats or to those running backs, because they can hurt you because they catch the ball on time. They're gonna gain yards, and then what we're gonna do is hit you with a running back, Next thing you know, we're gonna hit you down the seam, and it's touchdown. Mm-hmm. And that's been the philosophy of a lot of great offenses in the league for years. And I don't understand why we don't use our running back in the passing game, because they are a definite mismatch. Mm-hmm. If you look in that game yesterday, the Washington team, on a lot of occasions, dedicated a defensive end to go to the flat to guard either Zeke or Tony Pollard in the flat. Mm-hmm. Now, if you put a defensive end out there, and then we came back in the second half and we tried to throw a real route to Ezekiel Elliott, I think it was in the fourth quarter, and it didn't work because they were off. They were out of sync on the pass. But I really think what happened was you allowing your guys to run the flats all game long. You don't even look that way. That's not even the number called for them. And then in the fourth quarter, we gonna throw the ball. They were running. They running times like, hey, I've been running like a dummy route all game. I don't expect to get the football. Mm-hmm. I've been open all game and put the ball in our hands. Again, Tony Pollard. Anytime we have a game, and listen, I'm not talking about carries. I'm not talking about because both running backs have their style that can hurt defenses. But when I see a guy like Tony Pollard come in the game, you shouldn't address him if you're only going to get him 7 touches.
It's ridiculous.
They don't need to address him. You could have kept him on the sideline in street clothes if you gonna bring him in the game.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
And you only gonna get him 7 touches.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Coach. I really believe they just dedicated getting him 1,000 yards for the season. That was it. That was the goal, because he ain't played much at all.
Yeah, well, you got 7. You got 7. You know, if you're gonna get 7 touches, there, like I said, and anytime this offense gets bad, is because I understand what Mike McCarthy said early in this season. He said this: they're 2 of our best players on this offense, and if we have to have them involved in the offense, and you can't be as an offense. You can't take guys out that's great to your offense. You take them out yourself. Yeah. That's almost that you're. I heard Patrick Mahomes say something on the game they played Friday, and on Saturday, and the commentators that they was interviewed Patrick Mahomes, and he said, "I don't care. They gonna double and triple team Kelsey, but I have to throw the ball to him anyway and make passes to him, because if I allow the defense to say we're doing that to him and I don't throw the ball to him, he's a big part of our offense. If they take him away from us, if we don't let him be involved, our offense is going to suffer." And that's what you do for your stars. Every star on every team at this particular time, they're going to get there. You're going to find ways to get their touches. Mm-hmm. CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb had 1 drop. He had 7 targets yesterday, 5 catches. He had 1 drop. That's the first drop he probably had in about 10, 11, 12 weeks, maybe. But in the last 3 or 4 games, CeeDee Lamb is the amount of targets he gets. He's catching about 90% of the targets he gets. Mm-hmm. So why in the world, if you go into the game and you're supposedly saying we're trying to play a game and try to win, there's no way that, and you can see the frustration on CeeDee Lamb the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Body language is hard.
Why in the world that you don't get targets to CeeDee Lamb? I have no problem with. And sometimes you have a problem if you have a interception because you're trying to get balls to sometimes your better players, I got a problem when you throwing interceptions or you having turnovers when you're trying to force the ball to guys that are not your top dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem, because if it came down to it, who you should have gotten the ball to. I would like to get it to the guy that maybe have a chance to maybe either break it up, or if he does make the play, he's going to get on the rhythm where he's going to make more plays.
Yeah.
Well, but again, the passing game has to get to a point where it is more creative in the route running. If people watch Kurt Warner's breakdowns, and I know a lot of people think he'd be on Dak Prescott, and I don't really think he'd be on Dak Prescott. He has said on many occasions in a low-key way that he doesn't understand just offense and the route concept that they run against zone and man, where they make it hard for Dak, and they put Dak in a situation where he has to make outstanding throws because they don't create windows for their receivers.
No.
They don't create separation. We always talk about receivers, they can't get no separation. But there's two levels of getting separation. One, the natural athletic ability of a person. Two, you design plays and you run routes where you create separation, especially in zone coverage. You can create separation for a receiver. I don't see us creating wide receiver separation. I don't like to see CeeDee Lamb catch the ball 5 yards off the ball at a little stop curl route with his back turned towards the defense, because he's taking unlimited punishment because he's catching the ball at a stop, at a dead steal. And now you're telling him to get up with NFL players and make something happen with all the traffic coming around him because they're swarming. It's like I-95.
Yeah.
So I want to see him catch the ball on the run. But as I said yesterday, I believe this offense will get better. I just think that it's going to have some rough spots, and the physicality is going to have to be what's going to carry us through the rough spot. But the defense played well. I mean, defense didn't play bad. You know, if you're on the field for 36 minutes because you had 10 straight 3 and outs.
Come on.
Which is almost an NFL record to have 10 straight 3 and outs.
10 straight 3 and outs. That is.
You gave up 26 points. You gave up 7 on the pick six. You gave up another 7 because you got the ball inside the 20-yard line because your punter dropped the football.
Yeah.
So you really gave up 14 points of turnovers, and you gave up 26 points. So you really stayed in the game to a point. I've been liking our run defense in the middle. You know, people talk about it, but our run defense in the middle has been played better. It's not going to stop everybody with a 2-yard gain, but we do have some stops in there where we are slowing people for the mega runs. But as you can work on our defense is our defensive line is a very undisciplined bunch of guys. And I'm about to say something here, Big Show, that's going to make a lot of people mad.
Join the party.
Michael Parsons is playing selfish football. Mm. And this is where I say he's playing selfish. And a lot of people are not going to pick up on this because they look at it and say, well, Michael Parsons is the man. But it is Michael Parsons is on the defensive end, and he's allowing the quarterback to get out the side door, out the back door, because he is almost saying that I'm going inside on my rush. I'm not going to stay outside because I'm going to make this move to go inside because I can get to the quarterback. And what he does is he cuts off his guy that's an inside guy. And I have seen on many occasions yesterday where we got defensive linemen on top of each other because we got one guy cutting inside who's on the outside, and he's on top of the guys in the inside. And the reason I say that is because you have to trust your defensive tackle to say that, hey, I'm going to allow you your area to work. I'm going to work the outside, and we're going to close the pocket together. But if I play hero ball and take your angle and try to go inside and knock you off, and then I'm just hung up, we both lose. Then the quarterback gets out the side door and we both lose.
Wow.
Sometimes I may not get a sack. Sometimes I may rush. I may push the sack into you, and it's not about if I get the sack or I can get the numbers to be MVP. It's about if we get the play done, and that's where the level of maturity has to come with Michael Parsons to understand that I can't have you chasing plays and trying to make every play. I have to have you be the queen and have you make plays, but make other people make plays. We talk about that in basketball all the time, Big Show, with do you make your other guys better? See, we talk about that all the time in basketball, but it's the same way in football. Do you make all the rest of the guys better? Do you allow you cause pressure from the outside? You keep a containment, so you push it back to the Nello Galmas, the Osas, the D Lawrences, the guys coming up the middle because you didn't allow the quarterback to get out the door, and other people may have gotten the sack. You may not have gotten the sack, but you did your job. So this is where we have to rein this in, because if you go into this game in this playoffs and you are undisciplined off of pass rush team, we're going to find ourselves with people going to Tom Brady's not going to run the ball, but he's going to slide out the side door. He's going to slide out the side door, and he's going to square his feet up, and then he's going to make passes down the field because we put added pressure on our defensive. When you don't rush in your pass lanes and you allow the quarterback to get out the side door and get that extra second, you put pressure on your defensive backs now to cover for a longer period of time.
Yep.
So you have to be disciplined all the way through a team, and I've seen a lot of instances when Michael Parsons is on top of each other, and they're confused and upset because they're knocking each other off. But you have to be disciplined in your pass rush, and if you're an outside pass rush, you have to bend the corner. You can't say I'm going to jump inside and go inside because I think I can beat the guy. But most of the time, they allow, if you try to go inside on an offensive tackle, they allow you to hold them. They allow you to grab them in. If you're going inside, they're allowed to hold in because they know in football, the football guards and the officials the same way. That ain't where you're supposed to be at. Yeah. So that's where I see, but I really wanted to say this, Big Show, and this is what I really want to say, man. It's time for the rubber to meet the road. That's all it is.
Put up a shut-up time.
It's time for the rubber to meet the road. Mm-hmm. I believe the team is who they are. They're 12-5. I have seen some good play by them. I have seen where they can dominate players. I have seen where we have had some hiccups. Every team goes through this. Yeah. The Cowboys stuff is just more exaggerated than everybody else. Yeah. But I will say this. It is time for this coaching staff to, and I've been saying this for 2 or 3 weeks, and it don't seem like it happened because that's why you come out of this game. And I don't even care if you didn't win. If you lost a close game, that's fine, even though you made it. But when you see a total breakdown in your offense and it seems like nobody's playing well, that disturbs me because it's time for this team, for this coaching staff, and it was time 3-4 weeks ago to really be really on edge and really on top of players for making simple mistakes, even cutting their playing time, even coaching through the media, saying it in the media. This should have happened 2 or 3 weeks ago about when you seeing somebody doing the exact same thing over and over, because you have to get a level of, I want everybody on edge, because if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, coach is going to put me out there on Front Street, not only in the locker room, but he's going to put me out there on Front Street in front of the media, and everybody's going to watch it. So, but we're at this point now, and it's time to be angry. I think we'll be ready. Tampa Bay, like you said, Big Show, we scored 30 points. If we score 25 points, 24 points, I think we can put this game, but the key to this game is sustaining drive, and we can't not let Tom Brady have the ball for 36 minutes.
No.
If we control time possession and we speed Tampa Bay up, where they're trying to force to score fast because they don't feel like they got time, I believe that what we can get, that can cause them to make mistakes and slow them down. But we cannot allow them to control the tempo of the game. And Tom Brady, his 20 years of experience, one thing he knows about playoff games, the team that controls the tempo most likely wins the game. And he's going to try to control this tempo of this football game. But won't be probably hearing from me too much this week. Big Show. No, I think I'm going into hibernation because we got so much talk about the Cowboys. Only I want to see what's going to happen on Monday night when they come out the door. Do they want it? Do they feel what they felt last year? Do they feel what they need to do? And do this 53-man roster that's going to go out there, a 48-man roster that's going to go out there on Monday, are they all in to win a football game? And are they going to put the game on the guys that got them there? CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott, and this offensive line who say they're Hall of Famers, are they going to put it on them to do their job and have no mistakes and come out and play a football game like it's supposed to play?
Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you. So
I appreciate you, brother. All right.
Well, Coach is right. I mean, a whole bunch of question marks that you shouldn't be saying about now. I mean, these what he just said is stuff that you shouldn't be answering at this point. You done had practice for 17, 18 weeks. We shouldn't be saying, will the coaches allow this? Will the coaches do this? This stuff is already supposed to be in the gear at this point. Tony Pollard, I know they were saving him, but last year against the 49ers, he only got the ball 4 times. It wasn't because he was hurt. Just horrible play calling. Tony Pollard, again, I hope we learned from last year. Tony Pollard got 4 touches last year, 4 carries. 7 yesterday. Look, we got the same questions. And Coach is right. I put that in my post earlier this morning for you that follow me. I said it's put up or shut up time. I said it in the chat. I'm sorry. I said it in the chat. I didn't put that on my page. It's put up or shut up time. It ain't nothing else to talk about. It's really nothing. But we're going to start breaking stuff down on tomorrow. Slowly but surely. That stuff that have to happen. Tomorrow I talk about up front, because if we don't move these guys Monday night, we're going to be in trouble. And we didn't move them earlier this year. They bullied us, as I said before. And we got to see what, that if we don't move them offensively, if we don't dominate the line of scrimmage or get it going, or they dominate us, we're going to be in trouble. So tomorrow, that's what we're going to kick it off with, because that's where the game really is going to be won, as it always usually is. We're going to have to win at the line. You're going to have to get physical. You're going to have to hit a bully in their mouth, and you're going to have to keep hitting them in their mouth. We got to have more than Ezekiel getting 2nd and 2. 2nd and 8. 2 yards a pop. That ain't gonna cut it this game. There is no tomorrow. If Tony Pollard got to run the ball 28 times and Ezekiel got to run it 25 times, so be it. You ain't got tomorrow. All you got is now. Said you say we might well call on the good Lord. There's a 49er fan that done came in who hadn't had many times to talk about the Cowboys because we won. So he's celebrating now. His 49ers are in, of course. And it is what it is. So we just have to see. We're going to break this down all week long, whether it's by a live show or whether I'm going by a video. You're going to see me all week long because this could be the very last week. And then, on Monday, I can tell you now, I'm not doing the show Monday, and I am not going to be on a watch party. I'm going to sit here by myself and sit here and be a fan on Monday night. So I'm going to do enough shows between now and Saturday that, you'll know where I stand. So just turn on your live notifications like most of you already have it. And I appreciate that so much. And just tune in. Podbean, I will, some of this stuff you will probably get. If I do a video, you won't be able to see it unless you're following me. So if you're not following me by one of the means that I have through either Facebook, Twitter, or my YouTube page, you probably need to do that. So Facebook is easy, and YouTube. Go find the Big Time Show. Find the Big Time Show and follow it. Most of you already kind of know where it is, but just in case you're not, follow that. The videos will be there, and if I go live, I will go live here on Podbean as well. So that's for you people like that. But for everybody else, just do what you're doing now. You'll see me on there as well. Phone line is open again. Let me see. Oh, Lord. Here you go. They say Herschel Walker getting back in shape for a comeback. Dude, they're crazy. My little brother there, he trying to harass me. I ain't gonna say nothing. He said Herschel Walker. That boy, that crazy. We gotta get ready, y'all. It's physical football time. Gotta go to work, y'all. If you gonna call in, you better come on call in because I'm about to shut it down for the evening. If you guys want to call in real quick, I'm still here. You can call in right now. We'll get it in, y'all. We better enjoy this while we can. Hopefully we can handle business Monday night and move on. Hopefully we can. But the season is teetering now, one way or the other. We're gonna be one and done, or we gonna move on to the next round, and we got to play the way we need to play. I don't think we're gonna play like we did yesterday, but we gotta have some consistent play coming up. All right, waiting on you in 10. I'm waiting on your call. 9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all hanging with me and coming with me tonight. We will see you on tomorrow at some point in some type of fashion. You will see me on tomorrow in some shape or form or fashion. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we close the show. Go ahead and put your hands together right now. Miss Ty's already doing it in Podbean. I need to see y'all do it right here. I see you say it. This harassing 49er fan in here. We already talked about the Commanders. I said you late. I ain't wasting my time talking about them. We in the playoffs now. Turn the page, Doc. We don't talk about the Commanders. They played their Super Bowl yesterday. They won. There you go. Now we on the bigger, better thing. They watching us now. See how they work. They won. Yeah, they won their Super Bowl. They gave their fan base something to cheer for. Now they go on vacation. A lot of them already done caught planes going to the Bahamas and Cabo and the Virgin Islands. A lot of them are already there. Season over with for them, okay? See what I'm saying? They ain't nothing to talk about with Washington no more. They beat the Cowboys. Woo-wee, all right. Yeah. Woo-wee, yeah. Now they caught the plane, so the game was over with. We practicing, they flying. See the difference? We're playing, they're watching. See what I'm saying? We beat the Cowboys. Third string quarterback. Woo, yeah. Woo, we shut them. Woo. So they over with. They had their plane ticket in their hand, going straight to the airport to go to El Salvador or somewhere. That's where they go on vacation. Morocco and all that kind of stuff. That's where they going. They already done. They cleaned out their locker. It ain't no working out nothing. That's it. It's over. We on the other hand, we back in our building preparing to play on Monday night. See the difference? See? Everybody gonna put your hands together real quick. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, give me my clap emojis. Y'all know how we leave out of here. Yeah. Tavis, you ain't got to look. Tavis, we don't even respond to a team that only won 1 or 2 games this year. We don't even talk about Eastside Harold. His season was over with by week 5 of this year. So we don't even talk about the Houston Texans. We don't listen to the Houston Texans players. We don't listen to their fan base talking about us. They've been watching us all year. They've been watching us all year. We don't even want to pay attention to them. All right? Don't even waste your time. I'm just saying, man. We ain't listening to those Houston Texans fans. He watched us more. They watched us more than he watched their own team. He didn't even watch the Houston Texans game. He's a Houston Texans fan. He ain't watched the game at all. He watching us. See? That's how most Cowboy haters are. They don't even watch their own team. They watch us. They watch us more than they watch their own team. Appreciate you saying with the hand clap, even though you're a hater. I'm ready to get out of here. I will be with you guys tomorrow at some point in time. That's what I can promise you. Whether it's by video or by live, I will be with you tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to holler at you. Y'all have a good evening. The national championship game is over already. Georgia beat TCU 38-7 at halftime. It's already over. Georgia will be your national champions this year. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Till then, this is the Big Time Show.